So the Azkals took a big hit last week when they lost 2-1 to Chinese Taipei. It's a bit of a surprise result given all the rankings, the preparations, everything that gone beforehand. Iko, tell us a bit about the game.
Oh, I did not complete that. I just read from the tweets. I watched the game only in the first half, but it was quite a shock to see the Azkals lose against Chinese Taipei in the first game of the Peace Cup.
Yeah.
Understandably, they have the strongest lineup as well. So it's really unlucky for the Azkals.
And Coach Mick Dennison, it seems like we've got someone else wanting to chime in there. But for you, did you manage to catch the game, and what do you think of the performance?
I didn't see the first 20-25 minutes, but I saw obviously the last 60-65 minutes. Allowing for injury time, so that's probably 68 minutes. Back to what I said last year, the Azkals were overachieving and doing the country proud. At the moment, I really think they're underachieving. And the last two games they've been disappointing. And it's not particularly one player.
Yeah.
From Etheridge, who yet again let himself down in the last 10 minutes by pushing the guy over and should have had a red card. I mean, why is he doing that? I have no idea. No. Frustration. But from 1 to 11 and subs coming on, they're underachieving. And they're not playing anywhere near the quality of football they were playing when we were all excited, when they were, Sri Lanka, I remember, in India. At the moment, I just think they're underachieving all the way through the team.
Why do you think that would be with this game in particular?
Well, not so much this game in particular, the previous game, and even the game before that. I think probably the last three. And it looks to me, I mean, Michael Weiss, in my opinion, has done a fantastic job. It's the highest ranking the Philippines has ever had. So he's not done a bad job in the sort of 3 years he's been there. But it almost looks to me like he's lost the changing room. The players are really not playing with desire and playing with heart. I hope I'm wrong, but that's what seems to be commonplace amongst the people I watch the games with. There doesn't seem to be that desire, which is disappointing. I hope I'm wrong.
Ben, you play every week with a lot of these players, with Global. For you, how was it watching the game there, seeing how those guys were playing, and do you think how much better can they play?
I think they can play a lot better than obviously they did. I think they missed Phil up front. So obviously he's a he's a good finisher. He would have finished off the chances that they had the other night, and the problem was that they just couldn't score. And there's the old saying, like, you can have as many chances as you can. If you don't score, you don't win games. And obviously Chinese Taipei had I think it was 3 shots in all, and scored 2.
Yeah, even that second one was deflected off Jason DeHong. It was off target as well. So, but they kindly gave it to the Taiwanese forward. But yeah, by the end of the game, Ben's right with the statistics. The Philippines had 16 shots. Taiwan had, I think it was 7 or 8 by the end of the game. Just 5 by the end of the game, and 2 on target.
How many shots on target did the Philippines have?
8, I think.
8 from 16.
Yeah. Mostly straight at the keeper, straight into his hands. And there was that good chance for Schrock close to the end.
Chiefy.
Schrock, where he was at the back post.
Yeah.
Very good chance, and uncharacteristically screwed that way.
Yeah.
But it's a football game, and the only statistics that counts is the final result. Iko, how much more dominating were the Philippines, and why couldn't they convert the chances this time around?
I think they didn't have the heart to win at all. They were playing all right, admittedly. They had a good squad, but the will to win, I think they were lost. Understanding that most of the players, especially the one base here, are just coming up from a long break with the off season. I think that contributed as well to the pressure on them.
Okay,
but they don't, just to interrupt, to reiterate, they don't seem to have that. They're playing lovely, quick tempo, 1-2, triangles, 1-2. They don't seem to be doing that. I know the stats say they should have won 8 on target from 16. You can't really argue with that. Put that down to poor finishing. But the actual football that was played, it was almost slow motion watching it. And I think somebody, said they actually turned the TV off when they were watching it. It was just like sent them to sleep. They just don't have that.
I've heard the group's been
probably because of the rest. They're not fit.
They're
not match fit. Some of the players,
Yeah, a lot of them have just come down with food poisoning. I've heard Poterios in Ivory Drip, and there's 3 or 4 of them now. Yeah, it's only from yesterday, so I'm not sure we can put the performance down to that. But when you look at it, Porteria's on an IV drip, Phil's struggling with a calf injury. There's no recognised striker in the group now.
Plus they're missing Javier Patino.
Yeah.
He's injured.
Yeah.
What's Gerardo? Why can't Gerardo play up
Angel
top?
could. He's naturally is a winger, so he could play up for him and Chiefy. At the back as well, Jason De Hong's one of those. A problem with the food poisoning, and so at centre back, Wani Gerardo's coming back from an injury, and so you're only left with Gear and Boy Fernandez.
That's your normal two, that though, isn't it? Garrido and Gear.
Gear, yeah. Gear and Garrido. So Gerardo's probably not fit enough, and then Jason De Hong might have food poisoning, so you might have to bring Boy Fernandez in. They're short in those positions, but the squad itself, midfield's packed. It's got a lot of good players. Why do you think Vice continues to put in Olds there, but leaves the team quite short on defence and attack?
If he's short of defenders, he's short of defenders. But I just think that you say Angel Gerardo's a winger. I can't see any reason why he can't play up top. With Chiffy out wide, and let Gerardo play. Was it 6'2", 6'3"?
Yeah, around there.
So I mean, he towers above the Taiwanese. He's quick, he can turn, and he's a good footballer. So why not give him a free role up front? That's where I would play him.
Yeah.
Back to last year, Gerardo's one of the players I would love to have playing for me, if you like, and I would play him up top. It should be terrifying, those defenders. Why not?
Yeah, he did that with the Azkals previously when he started. They tried him out in centre midfield, attack on the wings, almost everywhere. Did very well in the Suzuki Cup in the group stages. As the possibility also that the Philippines will go to #1 in Southeast Asia in FIFA rankings. For the guys Ben, how important will that be?
I think it means a great deal. Obviously, they'll be the top dog in Southeast Asia, and they'll be getting the more lucrative friendlies coming along, because everyone will look at the rankings and think Philippines, boom, friendly.
Yeah. The way that's going to happen as well is that if Iran beat Thailand, then the Philippines will be #1 in Asia, Southeast Asia, in this region. So good luck, of course, to the Azkals for the game, next game. Catch it live on TV and follow us at FTW Sports for all the updates.